of us don't have to think about it or imagine it, do we? But there is some people who are going through it right now. And Bristol City Council says that since the pandemic, they've seen a 25% increase in the number of households approaching the authority with homelessness-related issues. 25%. There's also been a rise in the number of households without a home. And added to that, there are 1,600 families currently living in temporary accommodation in Bristol, with 22,000 households on the waiting list for social housing. That's just the whole picture right there, isn't it? Alf Hurst is from the homeless prevention charity Caring in Bristol. Morning, Alf. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I mean, the picture there it's pretty frightening, isn't it?
Well, the statistics really tell a story. As a society, we're not doing enough to push back against homelessness, and people day after day after day are just falling through the net.
What do you do as an organisation, Caring in Bristol?
We work in lots of different areas, but one of the big themes that we work with is the concept of preventing homelessness. The people that we just heard talking there who have been pushed into living in tents in the bear pit, the disaster's already happened. We kind of think further upstream and think, what can we do creatively to help people to stop them even getting to that point? So we get out there into the community, listening to people and working alongside residents to really understand what the issues are in their neighbourhood and their community that might be pushing them nearer to that edge. And then we're able to work with them to put in some solutions to stop it happening, stopping homelessness in its tracks.
What is it that pushes people over the edge into homelessness? What's happening in their lives?
Well, there's a pressure from all around people. We talk about the cost of living crisis now as if it's a thing that
as if it's done.
It's there. We've kind of got used to it. We're used to bills going up. We're used to energy costs, food costs going up, and it's an extra pressure that is pushing people towards homelessness because they've got to make choices with a limited amount of money that's coming in every week. And, one of those things that people have to choose is the roof above their head. Can I afford that? And we know that Bristol is one of the most expensive places outside of London to live. So that's yet another pressure. So for particularly the young people that we work with, to just rent a flat is simply beyond their means. So what do you do? And that is the gap that people are falling through.
No one listening to this will think that life has got cheaper, will they? Everything has gone up, and we talk, like you were just saying there, as if the cost of living crisis is history, is something in the past. And energy bills are going up. If you rent, the cost of that is going up. Loads of people's mortgages went up last year. And that, I guess, can just be that tipping point where you go, I can't manage anymore.
Absolutely. And we all live within bigger structures that people in the government, for example, make decisions about. And we still haven't got the renters' rights bill that we've been promised for years and years and years. So I'm hoping we will see that this year to give renters some kind of protection. Some of the people that we've worked with have had really unethical landlords who, rather than fix the repairs that need doing in their flat, have used a Section 21 so-called no-fault eviction to get them out.
Yeah.
And they will get another tenant in who's less likely to complain. Or for some landlords...
That is such a scandal, isn't it? That is such a scandal.
And it's been happening month after month after month to so many people, not just in Bristol, but beyond as well. And we need to start looking at rented accommodation differently. it's not a financial asset that people can make money from. Our homes are our foundations that we build our lives on. And if we have no security in that and we have no protection in that, then what kind of society are we accepting? We've got to say no to these kind of things.
And you as an organisation are new to the SWEP programme. So this is the severe weather alert that we get, when the temperature drops below a certain level. Tell us what provision you are offering. How does this system work, and does it work as a system?
It does, and not every city has this, and we're really fortunate that Bristol has chosen to do this. One of the strengths of caring in Bristol is that we mobilise volunteers from around the city who, like us, want to push back against homelessness. And our volunteers are now helping to set up these emergency shelters, just get everything ready for the guests when they arrive, to check them in, deal with any queries, to make sure that they get a hot drink and things like that, and then work alongside the staff who are there throughout the night to look after everybody.
Yeah, thank you for all the work that you're doing, and really good to talk to you this morning. Thank you, Alf. Alf Hurst there from Caring in Bristol, telling us what provision they offer to the homeless or those at risk of homelessness. That moment when it goes from you are struggling to pay the bills and then suddenly you're out of the house and you cannot afford it anymore. That moment, and that's why we're seeing people living in tents in the city, at the Bear Pit. I've seen it in parks in South Bristol. I've seen it in Castle Park. What is going on? What can we do about this? What's the answer? What's the answer to stop people being pushed over the edge? Like we heard something that stuck out from Steve Yabsey talking to some of those people living in the Bear Pit. A 16-year-old boy who was chucked out of his home at 16 and has been living rough, and he's now 28. What can we do about this? We'll talk more about it on the show today. At 7:15 on BBC Radio Bristol. Good morning from Claire.